All right, Blicky Roo, how's it going?
What's up, Cam Capone? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure, man. Glad to have you back. I see you still doing your thing. You out there hustling, grinding,
Yeah,
getting your music going. That's what's up. How's everything been for you? You been working?
it's been good. I've been grinding, making my way in this rap, and uh, making moves. Just that's all I can say. Got some new music dropping and doing my thing, pushing the brand.
I see you have a new name. What's the cause of the name change?
Blicky Roo, yeah, that's my new rap name. That's what I'm going by now, and I chose that name because I'm Eastside Pyru now, and I'm known as the gun boy around town. So Blicky Roo, always got a Blicky on me, and Eastside Pyru is what I rep.
Okay, and I seen you had some hate from the last interview that we did.
Yeah, there was some hate from the last interview. There was a lot of love, but there was a lot of hate. I just feel like them people from the people from my hometown. They saw me reaching that next level, and I felt like they saw how serious shit was getting for me, and all them haters came out like cockroaches. They just people I didn't even think was hating on me was coming out, and the people that was some people that was supporting me the whole way. They was the first like on some of my on a lot of my social media posts over the past couple years, seeing me come up this whole time, and then now they got a lot to say all of a sudden. So, but that's what come with this shit. So I was prepared for it.
Was it surprising to you to hear all them people starting to hate on you, even from your own hometown?
Yeah, they no different than the comment section. That's you doing big things. You're always gonna have the haters in the comment section, or haters popping off on social media. But at the very end of the day, I can back up anything I say on these interviews, and at the very end of the day, whatever I say, or whatever I say on these interviews, you can go Google it. There's articles about everything. So
There's not a lot of rappers out there in Oklahoma, or at least not like popular ones. So, is it a struggle for you out there trying to make a name?
it's not really a struggle because I feel like Oklahoma is behind when it comes to the rap scene and the music scene, but I feel like this year and the past couple years, they're next up. You know what I mean? I think Jack Harlow got a song talking about next up like Oklahoma, and talk about boomer sooner, this and that, in some of his rhymes. So if he's shouting us out like that in one of his songs, then yeah, we up next. But yeah, we do got a lot of talent coming out of here, including myself. We got a lot of people putting on for the O. So I can go. I can name a few rappers doing their thing right now. So that we kicking down the door. Shit, being on the Camp Capone news, and sharing our story, and telling the world the politics and the gang politics about our state and everything, and all that. We on the map. I feel like we on the map already. We got a couple different rappers that's on the off the porch do the off the porch interview, and I think we got Gang Ty June that did the Say Cheese. So we on the map. Those on the map.
That's what's up. What is it like over there? You know what I'm saying? Is like gang politics and the Bloods and Crips like a heavy thing in Oklahoma?
Yeah, it's a heavy thing in Oklahoma. I feel like the culture. I feel like we got a lot of Cali. We're Cali influenced. Got a lot of Cali culture here, especially when it comes to the gangs and everything. But
Do you know how long the gangs have been out there in Oklahoma?
I think the gang's been around since maybe the early '80s, late '80s, somewhere in there.
Growing up in the gang culture out there, man, was it like something that influenced your life really heavy?
Yeah, I influenced my life at an early age. Like in the last interview, I was born and raised in Enid, and Enid. There's a lot of gang culture and politics in Enid too. I feel like Enid has more Bloods than Crips, but Enid does have both. A lot of the Enid gangs come from Oklahoma City, and so uh, with me, I'm from Enid, and that's what I rep. You know, I'm trying to put the E on the map, but Eastside Pyru, that's out of Oklahoma City, and that's what I'm repping. That's my older cousins. That's my older cousin's set. That's where he's from, and that's what he's repping. And I feel like a lot of other people from, you know, small cities like Enid or Stillwater. I feel like what they got going on is coming from Oklahoma City or Tulsa or something like that. But Enid, I feel like Enid's known for Bloods, and Stillwater, you know, a city over. I feel like they got Crips. Enid's Bloods, Stillwater's Crips, and then Oklahoma City they flooded with both.
Is there any California gang that you guys are closely associated with?
Yeah, there's California gangs that the Oklahoma gangs are associated with, and there's even California. There's a lot of California gangs that came down here and started their own, brought the set down here, and then they even started their own sets and everything too. And a lot of that happened like back in the '80s and '90s.
I mean, that's pretty early on, man. That's you know, you guys been around doing it for a while. Was your family involved in the streets also, or were you just like were you the only one?
Yeah, my family was involved in the streets. I feel like, uh, yeah, I feel like my mom's side mainly because you know that's the side that my cousin's from, and you know he's the one that's repping ESP, and he's the one that put me on. So that's all from my mom's side, and like in our last interview, I told you my life story coming up and how it was for me growing up in Enid and being around all that.
Do you ever notice any differences between the cultures from being out there and out in Cali?
Yeah, there's definitely a difference in culture. Now I ain't never been to Cali yet, so I can't really speak too much on it, but yeah, I will say this. I can just tell Oklahoma's influenced by it. I can just tell we're a mini Cali, and a lot of people do say that too. We're like a mini Cali, or uh, you know, when it comes to the culture, the gang politics, or anything like that. So just the way we dress, the way we speak, and the slang and everything. When it comes to Enid politics, um, you got the Ville, that's the hood. You know, that's what I rep. And then you got different blocks in the Ville. You got Third. You know, you got Sixth. You got, so it's not just Third. You got different streets, different blocks doing their thing. But um, shit, I rep the Ville. I rep the hood. I rep Enid as a whole. I'm putting Enid on the map. So that's why I wanted to clarify. It's not just Third that I'm repping. I rep the whole. I rep the whole hood.
Now, I seen you had some issues with Eden rappers and a territory or something like that.
Yeah, I wanted to address this too to the Enid rappers. You know, I wasn't trying to step into nobody's territory, anything like that. I was just trying to. I was just trying to put the city on the map, put the block on the map, and put the hood on the map. But at the very end of the day, if y'all feel like that, if y'all feel like I haven't been in the hood enough to rep Third, or I haven't been on Third enough to rep Third, you know, that's fine. I wanted to clarify, you know, I don't want no beef or nothing like that. And even then, we had to talk over FaceTime anyways. They was just wondering, what's up with you talking about Third this, Third that. So I was just saying, you know, I'm just trying to put us on the map and all that. But at the very end of the day, I'm from Eastside Pyru. That's what I rep, and I rep Enid, and I rep the Ville. So that's all I wanted to clarify.
Do you have any wild stories growing up in Eden that you could share with us?
Yeah, there's a lot of wild stories. Last time I told a lot of wild stories about growing up with my mom, but um, let's see. There is a funny story I could talk about that happened in the hood one time. Uh, there was this drug dealer. He got real high on some wet, and I guess that shit makes people strip butt naked or something like that. So he stripped butt naked, and he was out he was running around the hood and he was throwing his money all over the place. Like he had like a wad of money and he was just throwing his money all over the place. And there was this other chick, she was following him and she was picking up the money as he was throwing it because he didn't realize what he was doing. So she was picking up everything, all the money as he was, throwing it around everywhere. And then she went and bought a new ass car like a day or two later, and she was rolling around the hood in it. So I think that's a pretty funny story to tell about the hood, tell about the Ville.
I heard something about an Eden challenge.
Yeah, there's an Enid challenge. One of the Enid rappers, he dropped a song called Enid. Everybody know I'm dope. It's an acronym for Enid. So all the Enid rappers, we gonna jump on that and see who has the hardest verse, and then that's gonna make it onto the final, the remix or whatever. So I think that's gonna be my next song that I drop to warm all my fans up before the big drop with T-rell and Boosie, the Get Used to Me song. I'm gonna drop that Enid challenge first, and then it's up from there. Enid on the map.
Now I see you got a new album coming out called GUTM.
No, that's Get Used to Me. That's my upcoming song that I got coming with T-rell and Boosie. Now my album, I do got an upcoming album that I'm working on right now, but I don't know the name of it yet. Shit, I just got my rap name going and got my new brand going. So I got some different ideas or names in mind for the album, but I don't know if I'm gonna go with it yet. But when the songs are all finished and I get all that going, then it'll be easier to come up with the name at the very end. Shout out to KO and Shaq Fu for being around since I first started taking this shit seriously. He's done a lot for me. He's helped me grow my fan base and helped me with marketing plans and strategies, and he actually mixes and masters professionally. He's done it for Kevin Gates, Gucci Mane, Shaquille O'Neal, and some other big artists. So he has a good resume of popular artists that he's mixed and mastered for. So he's actually mix and masters some of my songs, and he's mix and master my Get Used to Me. So that song's in the final stages and getting mixed and mastered by him, and then I'm gonna do the big drop. But yeah, I think I'm not really sure if he's still signed to Shaq Fu Records or not, or however that goes. But I know he's heavily affiliated with Shaq and Shaq Fu Radio. That's another thing that's going on too. So yeah, it's real cool to be affiliated with KO, and he might end up becoming my manager because he's starting to do managing again. So he's an option to become one of my managers. And I also got T-rell's manager, Davon Daniels. He's actually gonna be my manager as well. He's T-rell's manager, so I'm making big moves. I got a lot of choices and a lot of big moves to make. So I feel like stardom's around the corner.
Man, so you putting in that work, man. That's what's up.
Yeah, for sure.
How did you kind of come up and start meeting everybody?
Well, let's see. Me and the homie, we was shit. We was just trying to get by and surviving and doing our thing or whatever. I don't even think I met my shorty yet. We just decided to start rapping again. We was talking about rapping and making. We feel like we can make a lot of money from it because we just saw a lot of these rappers blowing up and everything. So, and we used to rap, back at the lunch tables in school all the time and rap in the basement. So, we got a lot of freestyling, freestyling in the car. So we got a lot of fun times about it. So we just decided to take it seriously. And I think this was back in like 2016 or something like that. So, I was roommates with the homie or whatever. And then shit, I think I met my girl probably around that same time. I've been with her since then. She's my fiance now. So I met her about that time. And that's when I started, deciding really to take it seriously because I just felt like I had a good team of people behind me and had a support system and everything like that. So I reached out to my older cousin, and he's the one that put me on ESP, Eastside Pyru. I reached out to my older cousin because he's a rapper too. He was doing, he did his thing back in the day. So I feel like he's taking I feel like he's taking the mature route on everything now, and trying to put his younger generation on, like me and his sons and everything like that, trying to put us on game and teach us everything and give us the resources. So my mom told me to reach out to him and see what he could do for me. Like I said, this was back in 2016. So when I reached out to him, we sat down and we made a game plan about, just he taught me everything about being independent and just making an independent empire pretty much off this music shit. And so I reached out to my cousin about then, and that's when I got real plugged into the city. About that same time, I reached out to KO. He popped up because he was doing a lot of stuff with Bez Believe and Kevin Gates and all that. So I was like, let me reach out to him. He seems like he's a manager or something like that, or an agent. So I reached out to him. He responded back to me pretty quick, actually, and I was real surprised. I was like, damn, okay. So I really just saw how it don't hurt to reach out, and you might just get an answer back. And he even told me, you stuck out from a lot of people just because you emailed me instead of just DMing me or sending me a message on Facebook or Instagram like everybody else. You stood out by emailing me. So he just took me seriously right off the bat, and then boom, we formed a solid relationship, business relationship, and it's been up ever since. He's been helping me get up ever since. So that's how I discovered KO. And then shit, when that was all in 2016, 2017, when I was still starting, making my first couple songs and everything. I think my first song was an Old City Thunder anthem or something like that, called Why Not, a tribute to Russell Westbrook. So shout out to him, Old City. But yeah, when I first started there, I had KO helping me and everything. And shit, by that time, that's when me and my girl, we decided to move to Stillwater. And that's when the whole Stillwater story happened. Me and my girl, we was, making money off hustling or whatever, hustling together, hustle and flow shit, just hustling, trying to make the dream come true. So we was doing that. We like selling birthday cakes. That's why I like to call them birthday cakes, having big ass fucking bricks of Reggie, and hustling off that and coming up off that. So that got us to Stillwater, made big moves, got to Stillwater, and that's when I clicked up with all the Stillwater cats, because I actually ran around with them at a young age. So I knew them. I clicked up with them because shit, being the town over, they was the guys, but not from where I was from, but we always grew up kicking it and shit. So that's when I linked up with them and made music with them, and we just came together as a unit pretty much. And we different faction, of course. We all doing our own thing, but at the very end of the day, I'm cool with them Stilly boys, and we I linked up with them. So that's how I got real strong with them. Like I said, I got real strong in Stillwater along with my own rep from Enid. So that's how I was able to come up so fast and have a lot of dudes behind me and really doing our thing. So that's when the Stillwater story happened. I think that was 2017, and then we've been living there ever since. So so I think a few years later, around 2019, 2020 is when T-rell came to town, and then I took that opportunity. I was one of the first ones that stepped up and said, shit, I'm gonna hop in the studio with T-rell, before everybody was even really paying attention or thinking that was a big deal. I knew it was a big deal because I was keeping up with T-rell since he was first coming up. And I'm not sure if I told that story on the last interview or not, but I remember when T-rell was first coming up like 5-6 years ago. an article came out, and I read about, I read the article, and he was, in the article he was explaining how, he lost his homie, and he had a hit song after his hit song after that, My Dog, and it was just everything was just life changing, and everything just happened so quick for him. And I remember thinking, damn, I don't really think I ever heard anybody ever coming out of Kansas, like that. Besides probably Tech Nine, I really never even heard nobody really coming out of Kansas. So I remember thinking, shit, T-rell gonna be the king of Kansas, easy. And that was the 2016, 2017, when I was first wanting to take this shit seriously. I was, researching and, seeing what all these other artists, big artists were doing, and T-rell was one of them. So when I saw him come to town, and I think it was 2019 or 2020, I can't remember. When I saw him come to town, I knew that was a big deal, so I took advantage of it. And ever since, my music career been different ever since. It's been life changing. T-rell changed my life with that cosign. I got in the studio with him, and that was the start of us planning Get Used to Me. We got the beat and everything, and he was actually making his own, starting his own album, making his own few songs for the album or whatever. And one of them was Fly Away, Future and Jackboy, T-rell and Jackboy. My girlfriend got to name that song because my girlfriend was there with me in the studio. We was all sitting around in the studio, T-rell and his entourage, and he was like, what should I name the song? And everybody was kind of quiet. My girlfriend was like, Fly Away. And he was like, all right, that's cool. I like that name. And shit, that song got like 1 million views now. So shit, my girl got to name that song. So it's just, right. It was a big deal. It was fun. And then shit, after that, like I said, T-rell invited me to come party with him and club hop with him and get in the studio with him and Boosie. So everything's been up since then. So I feel like it's overnight success, but there was a lot of grit and grind behind that overnight success. So
Man, that's what's up, man. You know what I'm saying? Those are big moves. Boosie, I mean, he a legend in the game. And you got a song with him coming out.
yeah, and that's the Get Used to Me song. I got T-rell and Boosie on it.
Man, that's big shit, man.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
Yep, we finishing it up right now. Like I said, it's getting mixed and mastered, finishing up a couple other things, getting a video together. When I drop, I feel like that's it. It's up from there. I'm trying to shoot up from stardom. Shit, T-rell, Boosie, and MO3, they was like a good trio. And then they lost MO3, and they've been making tribute songs about him ever since, and mourning him hard ever since. So, I'm trying to be the next trio. I'm gonna step up and be that next trio with them, and it's gonna start with that song. That song's gonna hit.
Yeah, man. That's what's up, man. That's good shit. You gonna shoot a music video for it?
Yeah, definitely gonna shoot a music video for it. In the process of getting all that going. So, yeah, it's one song, but it's been taking a lot of preparation for it. So that's all I've been trying to, because I know once I drop it, it's up from there. So I'm trying to get the song right and perfect, get the music video going, get them all, get those two in the same room at one time, and shit, it's on.
That's what's up, man. One thing I think I've seen you mention in the past that I kind of wanted to touch on about the Cali culture and the Blood and Crip culture out there is Eden is mostly a blood city.
Yeah, I feel like Eden might have more Bloods. If anything, it might even out between the Bloods and the Crips. But I've always known more Bloods to be from Eden, and a lot of them Bloods I grew up with. So I just feel like everybody that I grew up with or hung out with or had some kind of history with grew up to be a Blood. And then a lot of those other cats that's like around my age that are Crips, I've never really even seen them or known them, so I don't know if they've lived on another side of the city or if they just moved in there, came to Enid later on in life or whatever. But a lot of people do be in and out of Enid, so who knows on that. But yeah, it might even out or there might be just a tad more Bloods in Enid. I'm not sure on that though.
And is there any cities that are like, primarily a Crip city? Like
Yeah.
I think you mentioned before, Steely?
Yeah, Stillwater. Yeah, we call it Stilly. The water's the wet. Yeah. Yeah, Stillwater's felt like there's more Crips in Stillwater, and like I said, a lot of those dudes I grew up with too. Um, you know, later on in life, the Enoch cats, I grew up with since pups or whatever, but 10, 12 years old, I'm still is when I met the Stilly cats or whatever, but um, yeah, a lot of them are Crips, and there's a few of them that are Hoovers, so they I feel like that city's definitely dominated by Crips or Crip affiliated, but yeah, yeah, they're all close to each other. They all move as like a mob, or I like to call them the Stilly Sopranos because they all move like a mob. So I respect that.
What's jail like for Bloods and Crips or in Oklahoma?
Um, Jail for Bloods and Crips in Oklahoma. Shit, feel like it's just like anywhere else. It's just whoever got beef with who, that's just what it's gonna be. Plus, you just got prison politics and all that too. So it is what it is on that.
I also hear you're working on a new album. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I'm working on a new album. I think, I think "Get Used to Me" would be a single on that album, and I think the Enid song would be a single on that album. So if I can, that kind of shows you the theme of the album already just by listening to those two songs, and then whatever other songs that I decide to put on the album, I'm sure when I wrap it all up, that'll give me the name for it, and then that'll be that for that. And then also what another thing I got dropping, me and my cousin Santino were working on an East Side documentary. So he's actually gonna take me to the East Side of Oklahoma City, where he's from, and we just gonna pretty much, it's gonna be like one of those gangsta DVDs or gangsta chronicle DVDs, that bootleg shit that you used to see on the streets all the time. It's gonna be some raw greedy shit like that, but I'm gonna really just yeah, we're really just gonna tell the world, where we're from, what we rep, and where we're trying to go with this shit. So that's the East Side documentary. It's gonna be legendary because my cousin, he came up repping and trying to do his thing with the music shit, with the rap shit, you know, being from the East Side of OKC and repping the East Side of OKC. So um, I'm just trying to do it as his younger cousin, and he got his boys doing this shit too, rapping and doing their thing too. So shit, one of his boys was on stage with Lil Durk. When Lil Durk came to OKC and had a show, so shit, there's footage of uh, my cousin's son being on stage with Durk and just kicking it with him and jamming with him on stage. It was cool. It was real cool. And then shit, his other son, I'm trying to want to do this rap shit with him too. So we just it's the next, we the next generation trying to do this all in his name, and we doing it. Legendary shit. East Side documentary.
Oh, okay, man, that's what's up, man. You got some good shit going on, man. I heard there's a movie that you're gonna be part of, or you're auditioning for.
Yeah, I guess you could say I'm auditioning for it right now. It's called Red October, and part one was actually released a few years ago, and then, it did its thing. It was a big deal around the whole state. Everybody was tuned into it. So um, that was a few years ago, and then now they're doing part two. So the person that's actually in charge, producing it and directing it or whatever, um, he's one of the big people in charge of it. He was actually gonna film some shit for me, some other shit to get going for me, and he asked me if I wanted to be part of the movie, and I was like, hell yeah. I felt like it was shit. I don't know what to say. It was just I've always wanted to be part of that Red October movie, and you know, a few years ago when I was trying to come up and everything, I remember telling my girl all the time, like, "Damn, I wish I could be part of that movie, but I just ain't where I need to be at, you know, with my music yet." But once I start going hard, I'm gonna make sure to be part of that next one. And so for me to be doing business, you know, with that cat, and he just throw it out there, I just felt like, man, it's that opportunity now. I'm, you know, I just felt like it was meant, meant for me to happen. So yeah, I'm auditioning for it. You know, I still got to score that. I still got to score that role and that part or whatever. He asked me what kind of, what kind of character I like to play. So, you know, I gave him the, I just kind of gave him the rundown of my life story. Or even then, I showed him the last interview just so he can kind of know how I came up and know what kind of character to give me or whatever. So, um, pretty soon he told me to show up to the meetings that we have about the movie. So I'm just gonna show up to the meetings and yeah, just figure out what I got to do and shit. Hopefully this will be my hopefully this will kick down the door to my acting career and get some other parts, get some other big parts. I see rappers back in the day that I grew up on that we all know and love. You know, I felt like, you know, the big rappers that we know and love, they was a rapper and an actor. So Snoop Dogg, Tupac. Let's see, I can go on. Ice Cube. So seeing them do their thing, and I just know the blueprint. I just know the blueprint about it already. So, you know, release some fire ass music and you know, release these bangers and drop a classic album, and then shit, make a classic movie, film a classic movie, and then hopefully some other ones follow. So that's my goal. But it starts with Red October.
That's what's up. Good shit. How often do you guys get like big artists to come through your area?
We actually have big artists come to in our area a lot, whether it's OKC or Tulsa. Shit. The Enid cats, they be bringing some big names to Enid and shit. For long, I feel like Stelia have it too. So I feel like I said, those are the four main cities, you know, that's gonna be on the map when it comes to Oklahoma in the rap shit. So some big names. Dirks came to Oklahoma City. Drake actually came and got a haircut from one of our celebrity barbers. So he, that was real cool. There was a lot of controversy about it too. So I'm sure all the fans watching this can go check that out. But there was a lot of controversy about the Drake getting a haircut from one of our celebrity barbers. So that's a story to go down for Oklahoma music. And shit. Who else do we be seeing? Devin the Dude be here all the time. Shit, I can go on. We got a lot of big names. Really, I can just go on. Old school and new school.
Man, that's what's up, man. Well, man, I like what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're out of a fresh area, so you guys kind of got this opportunity to kind of like break through on a new wave of music coming through. Man, it's dope. You know what I'm saying? I love to see it.
Shout out for my cousin from being there from the very beginning with, helping me get this rap shit together and, putting me on ESP and, giving me making me a made man. Shit. I'm MOB like a made man, so shout out to him for putting me on the game and having the protection I need and just having the shit. I've always repped my cousin and my cousin's gang, and I've always, repped the colors and everything. Shit, even since, there's all MySpace pictures of me back in school, all flamed up. So, I've always repped my cousin, so for me to be part of the gang now and repping what he's repping, it's an honor. I feel like it's some legendary shit. I'm trying to make the gang rich and famous. So I just need the gang behind me, and I can do the rest. So, but yeah, shout out to my big cousin. Shout out to my gang, ESP, Eastside Pyru, we own. Shout out to T-rell and Boosie for being there and just changing my life. Just I owe it all to you two. Shout out to KO and RIP Dead Homies, P Town Cal, RIP Uncle Danny, and RIP G Wop, and free all them guys on the yard.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you taking the time for the interview.
Yeah, Cam Capone, thanks for having me again. Shit, it's always an honor to be on your platform. I think you got a lot of big names on your platform, so it's always gonna be an honor to be on be on the same show as them. You got Keefy D. I think I saw you had an interview from Ice Cube, a while back. You got Lil Reese. You got Atola Marv. You got Melvin Farmer. You got a lot of big names and big important people on here, whether it's hip hop or whether it's gang shit or gang politics or whatever it is. You got a lot of big names, so it's always an honor to be on the Cam Capone show and shit. It's, till you see me next time.
All right, bro. For sure. Definitely.
East side. East side.